Welcome to another tutorial video in the FxFactory podcast series. A very popular look these days uses a reflection to give the illusion of an object in a 3D space with a shiny virtual floor. There are ways of creating this effect by hand in your editing software or visual effects program, which requires a lot of steps, but the easiest way is using the Perspective Reflection plugin in FxFactory Pro. Let's get started. I'm in Final Cut Pro, but remember, all the FxFactory plugins also work in Final Cut Express, Motion, and Adobe's After Effects. The Perspective Reflection plugin shows up in Effects, Video Filters, NI or Noise Industries, Distort. If I go ahead and drag the plugin to my footage on the timeline, you'll see it immediately jumps to a nice default look with the video footage pivoted in 3D space sitting on a reflective surface that is a black to gray gradient. A double click on the plugin in our clip will let us take a deeper look at all that it can do. The first thing I do when I check out a new FxFactory plugin is click the logo, where it says click here for help. This brings up the Perspective Reflection help document with everything you'd ever want to know about the plugin. This great trick works for all FxFactory plugins across all the programs I mentioned earlier. You can see there are some great presets, picture-in-picture effects, and some different colored backgrounds to choose from. The Centered and Facing Viewer preset works for me, but I'd like to tweak some of the values to get the look I want from my project. Let's adjust the scale. In the look I'm going for, I'd like a white background, so I'll make my adjustments in the gradient section. These are standard gradient controls. I'll set my end color, which is at the bottom or nearest to me in 3D space, to pure white. I'll go a little grayer on the middle color and a little more on the start color. This gives us a white background with a subtle gradient that makes it look more natural. I'll go back up to the reflection color control and set this to white. This is the color that is mixed with the reflection. I'm going to make the reflection a little more subtle by easing back on the reflection opacity to taste. The Draw Gradient checkbox turns my gradient on or off. I like these settings, so I'll save them as a preset. Next, let's take a look at the teleconference transition in Effects, Video Transitions, NI Transitions. Just drag it onto a cut. It will immediately jump to a default transition featuring a perspective reflection effect at the midpoint. All of the settings are very similar to our Perspective Reflection plugin, so I'll quickly emulate the look I just made. I can further tweak the duration of the pause in the middle of the transition. It all looks great, and I can easily save this as a preset for use in my project. So it's that easy. We've created a very cool look and matching transition for our project in just a few minutes. And then, best of all, we saved both as presets to call up later for efficiency. FxFactory Pro offers a huge selection of great plugins, and if you don't have them yet, I suggest you go try them out at noiseindustries.com.